This episode is an office chat, and this Office Moves series is designed for corporates who want to work on their mobility throughout their workday. If you came here from a previous Office Moves video, skip this intro and jump into today's move. Everyone knows that you need to take care of your muscles and your joint health, but we aren't really taught how to do so. And when things hurt and we go see a medical professional, they will either prescribe some medication, some tell us to stop moving, and others tell us to move some more. So which is it? What I found from the years of working with chronic pain clients from all walks of life, mothers, laborers, doctors, psychologists, and office workers, is that the answer is always in some form of movement. The difference in efficacy is all about the intention of how we do it. I've also noticed two myths around this topic. The first one being that joint deterioration is something that just comes with age. Now, this is simply not true. I've seen improvements with clients who have never exercised a day in their life, even to clients who have overtrained way too much in their youth. Whilst the body and its tissues may naturally get weaker as we age, it never actually stops responding to training stimulus. The second myth is that joint health is really complex and I just don't have the time to do it. Now, I get it. If you get back from a long day of work and you have low time or energy, joint health and mobility might feel like a tedious chore, especially if things aren't really hurting at the moment. But the reality is, if you sit in front of a desk all day or your work exposes you to repeated movements over and over again, your body's only getting a limited exposure compared to its full range and capacity. The good news is, you don't actually need to carve out hours of time to make sure that all joints are really healthy every day. In this video series, I'm going to show you some simple movements that you can fit in between emails, in between meetings, or even at your water or toilet break. As long as you intentionally expose your body and joint to variations, it's going to retain its capacity to move in all the ways it was designed to do. Movement is your body language, and so remember, if you don't use it, you will lose it. 2 movements to lubricate your neck joint and all of its surrounding tissues. The first move, neck circles. If this was your head and this is your neck, we're drawing as large or creating as large of a shape as we can at the neck joint, very intentionally pushing into the end of its range, not completely avoiding any painful or uncomfortable areas, but just making a note of them and backing off a little bit as necessary, trying to make each round a little smoother. That looks something like this. If you make contact with any kind of weird sound that feels a little disconcerting, as long as it's not associated with any pain, try not to worry too much about it. Bring your attention instead towards smoothing out your neck joint from the inside. How many to do? As many as you can fit into your mini break. Or if you do have a bit more time, 10 in each direction. Keep doing them until you feel that the movement is a little less gunky, a little less crackly, and potentially even a bit smoother. The more you do it, the less you'll have to keep doing it. The second move, neck shakes. This one is a little less controlled and more chaotic, more dynamic. I want you to start with just turning your head to the left and right. And once you find a comfortable range of how far it can go in each direction, then you can start to increase the speed and velocity. You might get a little dizzy doing this, so if you're only starting out, make sure you take a seat. As you get more familiar, you can start to look for an elastic feeling that's different from just turning with all your muscles to more of it's almost like if you chucked a shackers. There's a little bit of a bounce and a wave to it rather than a mechanical left and right to each extreme. It might look something like this, and you can start to play with the angles. Again, we're just exposing the neck to way more variety, way more nourishment. I like to think of sort of a bobblehead, one of those bobblehead action figures that you might see on the dashboard of an Asian Uber driver. It's going to look a little strange. Ooh, got a nice little crack out myself. But let's start normalizing joint mobility and health at work together. I hope this series shows you that it may not be as complex as you think to maintain joint health. I hope it inspires you to take a little action every day and not underestimate the compounding effects that can have. Remember, movement is your body's language, and if you don't use it, you will lose it. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. The rest of these series will give you movements for each part of your body. Rather than trying to have an exhaustive list that you feel you need to complete every day, as you practice these more, you'll start to find ones that your body resonates with a bit more. Some days the neck might want more attention, others the wrist or the legs might. Make sure you save any videos that you like, and you can build yourself a little arsenal that you can pull from as and when you need. Speak soon.